This is my last RTSL game, which has been an abomination. Organised by Fruit Strike, who has watched me bleed out on successive games. It's Supercow's 1000th game. Uh, 4-4-1, because we've got independent reds, we'll stick in Austria. No 4-op cards, so we'll probably coup on Iran, all things being equal. Though we have socialist governments, so if we're going to coup on Italy, it's the best chance we have. So let's see how they set up, because that will make a difference. But that is our opening setup. Alright, so yeah, it's Supercows. 1000th game, yay! And we're 1-1, so let's see if we can make it 2-1. Although, of course, this win means absolutely nothing to us, because we are something ridiculous like 3-6-1. I think that sounds about right. I don't think it's as bad as 2-7-1, but it's certainly not 4-5. So this is the 9th game, actually. So we're 3-5-1, or even 2-3-5-1. That adds up to 9. Maybe I'm bad at this game because I can't count to 10. I think we go socialist governments and see if we get defected or purged, right? Because we can't use Vietnam revolts to get DEFCON down. SOCGov. Middle East growing. So that does skew us away from the Iran coup. Let me just get all of my cards into hand on the tracker. Web and independent reds and special relationship and Korean War and Comic-Con Formosa. Those are my 7. Yep, so we'll drop 2 out of Italy and we'll drop 1 out of the UK to try and get special relationship to work. And we will gamble on the Italy coup. A 1 in 3 chance of failure. Do we like that? Oh, I'm being an idiot. I'm very good at that, as well as not counting to 10. Or do we use the China card? I'm so risk averse at the moment. Using the China card feels awful, but then I guess we've got Formosa Resolution as well. So let's use the China card. No 1, please. A 4. That's pretty good. We've now telegraphed we don't have any 4-op cards, though. That's the downside. But such is life. If they don't play into Malaysia this turn or the next turn, we can coup with independent reds. And then event Vietnam revolts. Whoa, it's getting better and better for us. That is not a shabby result. That only gives them Iraq as their target for Milops. If they do that, as long as, well, even if they do convert, we can't really access it. So I guess we'd event Vietnam revolts at that point. Let's see what happens. This is key. Malaysia, wise. We will event Vietnam revolts to put them under pressure and also get hold of Lao Cambodia. Containment for ops. We use 3 ops here. In fact, we'll take Portugal and Laos. We need to overprotect Italy as well. If we can take South Korea and hold North Korea, even with the China card, Formosa resolution makes their life a little tricky. But we're, absolutely going to need to overprotect Italy, and we want to try and get into Afghanistan, as well as South Korea. So maybe 2 into South Korea with Warsaw. So going to coup on NASA. That's good for us. Let's be risk averse and put 3 into South Korea, and we can finish with... Yeah, and we can finish with 1 South Korea, 1, 6, 4. Yeah, 1 South Korea, 1 Italy with special relationship. Oh, well. So special relationship, finish taking Korea, overprotect Italy. So we have to, they don't specifically have a 4-op card and get dealt Truman. Space as well, so they're off to a decent VP score. And we get a boatload, an absolute boatload of operations points. So, Truman. Arab Israeli went to space. NATO, US, Japan. Romanian abdication. Fidel. Purge. So, I guess with defectors likely, Romanian abdication is the best headline. Yeah, not Fidel. We don't mind so much if Romanian application drops. With the scoreline the way it currently is, we are going to need to, and with no decol D-style, we're going to need to score Europe for domination and try and establish our position. Duck and cover, more points. So we'll start with NATO, overprotect South Korea and North Korea, move into Afghanistan. Usually the scoring's gone actually, so overprotect both and put 2 in Algeria. Although we could jam France. So we've got enough ops points. If they jam the China card, we can jam back. Yeah, let's jam France, because if we can get away with ditching Truman Doctrine, that's even better. And nuclear test ban is the only other 4-op card besides Marshall Plan itself. We will need to overprotect South Korea, because to get mil-ops, we'll need to event Korean War, and I don't want to event Korean War leaving it barely protected. Excuse me, because obviously the worst case scenario there is they then break South Korea once the war's failed. But there's certainly some pressure we can put them under here. Although we need to score mil-ops, and they need to not score mil-ops, and we need to score Europe for domination. to get the scoreline anywhere close to parity again. So they do have nuclear test ban, but if they jam, we can jam back. And we don't, yeah, they do. And we don't have a better target. So now do they have Marshall Plan? Or are they going to use the China card? Because I feel like we're ops richer, we can keep this up for longer. Okay, let's keep it going. Now the China card's been handed over. What's the end result? 13-11. So where are we at? If they have 5-year plan or Eastern European unrest, we start to run trouble. They do still have 6 cards left. But even if they only have 2 op cards, we can't convert, can we? So let's now event Korean War, which fails. Alright, so now they can convert France, but they can't do that and aggressively tap the Koreas. Giving up France isn't the end of the world, as long as they convert it, and then we can use Truman Doctrine safely. AR6, we probably want to play into Syria to get domination in the Middle East, which forces them to play into Jordan. Well, that's not necessarily ideal, I guess. Maybe we want to take Jordan. Yeah, that seems more likely. They have to spend 2 ops either way, but only to tap it, not to control it. Okay, so they use Indo-Pakistani war not for the Milops. Let's hope that comes back to bite them. So we'll use Formosa to take Afghanistan now, or to take Afghanistan. Let's do that, because a 4-op into France, we've got access now, and a 4-op into France converts it, and they might not think we have a 4-op at this point. And if they use a 2-op to convert, that works quite well for us anyway. Wow. What a game of cat and mouse there. Now that's not going to work, because we've just used the damn 4-op card that we need to convert. Or numpty. Let's use Fidel and do it again. No, this is AR5, isn't it? So let's take Jordan. Nope, let's take Syria and put 1 in France. Oh, so much thinking. The ops war in France is so ridiculously fruitless, I realise now. Sinking 11 ops into France is just silly. But there's definitely a sunk cost effect going on, which I need to try and override in my stupid brain. The problem they have is if they want to respond in the Middle East, They have to move pretty quickly. So UN interventioning. Do we get out Decol D-Star? We get Suez. That sucks. Such a shame. Okay. So we'll use US-Japan to take Pakistan and Afghanistan, put one in Jordan so they're unable to take over that a 3-op card, maintain domination in Asia and Europe. And we'll use Truman next turn. When are you left to space Decol or D-Style next turn? Key question. Europe scoring. Okay. That's good. That goes back in the deck. So back down to +1. We got Decol, which is good. They've got defectors. We might as well headline Truman here, because they can't do anything in Europe to break an area. Eastern European unrest is the worst, clearing out. Oh, we've got it. So East European unrest, Marshall Plan. Olympic Games and captured Nazi. Decol. So they've got D-Style and blockade, which is a shame. And 5-year plan. So they may 5-year plan us. But I think it's a good opportunity to drop Truman. Worst case scenario, they defected. What's the alternative? We could Suez and use Marshall Plan to put 4 in France. But if Suez gets defected, we've completely wasted 4 ops. So let's go Truman. Let's just check before I do it. Right, special relationship can't activate. CIA created can't break a region, especially with DEFCON the way it is. So yeah, we're okay to headline Truman safely. So they do 5-year plan us. And they pull captured Nazi. That's a shame because I kind of wanted that 1 VP. So we'll get coup on Angola away with Warsaw to make sure we flip. And now we try and maintain domination in case they have a scoring card. If they play into Taiwan, we play into India. Etc. But we will event Decol if they haven't played into Indonesia this turn as well. Excuse me. A little gravelly. So yeah, pressing, but we've got Decol, so we're okay. They've moved into Indonesia, which is wise. 1, 2. Break. Tap. Yeah, good Decol. So we know they have D-Style, Cambridge 5 and blockade. We don't know the rest of their get up. We may be forced to use Marshall Plan to take Greece and Turkey, because we kind of want to take Greece to protect Italy against brush war. And denying them access to Turkey and Syria in case we can do some crazy shenanigans in the Middle East never goes amiss. Even something crazy like a duck and cover coup on Lebanon, followed by Arab-Israeli war or Suez, can go a long way. See what they do with this. So Thailand, Indonesia, yeah, wise. Where was the third? I wasn't paying attention. Malaysia. Okay, yeah, so they're now racing country count. we've got Eastern European unrest, so this becomes much of a wash. So they're up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they've got an easy 6 and maybe 7 in the Middle East. So we'll make sure that can't get flipped. We'll cover Nigeria against flipping. And we'll move into Libya. Spread what areas we have for influence around. That's fine. That's probably a bit wishy-washy, to be honest, but we'll see what their other cards are. Obviously, they can't use Cambridge 5 yet if they have a scoring card. And they have to blockade away D-Star, so they've got one less card in their hand than it appears, really, with the need to blockade. If I'm getting tight for ops, I put 2 in Greece, I guess. That puts me up to 6 battlegrounds in Europe. And they'll have Turkey, France, West Germany, UK, and Canada. 5, just 2 ops away from completion. So I kind of feel like that's too close. I think I want to use Marshall to take Turkey and Greece to make sure that things stay strong. Going for realignment. A bold gambit at 0. So with the tempo we've gained, what's best? I think it's using Marshall Plan to take Greece and Turkey. Yeah, and then we can make Asia unequivocally Asia, and we can make Middle East relatively unequivocally Asian. And we've got a foothold in Africa. South America is going to be a swing state. A little problematic. But all being well, we're going to go into mid-war here. A few VP below where we normally want to be. But that was, duck and cover and Middle East scoring were unavoidable, and that was 7 VP. So, given we're in the situation we're currently in, it could certainly be worse. So they've got 4 easy battlegrounds. So they're a bit far behind. Oh, this is huge. Please miss. Whew. So now I can play into India with impunity. And I'll finish in Libya. I don't need to rush to take India now, do I? So if I take Libya and Jordan, that prevents them walking around in the Middle East quite as easily. Yeah, that's fine. That's a huge water fade, even at 1 in 3. So we know they've got D-Style blockade and 1 other card, and we're going to see all of them. The key in Asia, I guess, is if they play into Taiwan or tap South Korea or North Korea. That's where things are problematic. So maybe I finish by overprotecting Asia, which forces them to play into Taiwan if they have a 3-up card to do it. Ooh, they say bank some ops. Yes, they're going for that. And with 1 op left in their hand, we can just safely cover it. Because they now have to blockade D-Style, right? Either that or they're spacing D-Style and holding blockade, which would be poor. 11-11? Yeah. Okay, so going into mid-war around parity, but with domination in all the areas that are unscored. Promising. Oh, that levels country count. Well, that'll teach me for not counting. And here comes mid-war. Hunter is fantastic for us. Then I can't help but notice all these other cards appear to be blue. So, yeah, Hunter's definitely our headline. Guess we want to hold Sadat if we can repair Panama Canal. This is not the greatest mid-war hand in the world. Not gonna lie. 3 1-op cards. But we can space Camp David, event Arsenal right at the end of the turn. Hunter, which I want a headline. So let's please no Defcon dropper, but even access is fine. Okay. Ooh. Problematic lack of cooing, of course. But we've got enough access that that's not a problem. So let's get back ahead in Burma and put 1 in Brazil. Yeah, we're hoping they don't have an awful lot of ABM treaty brush war type stuff going on. Because if they have to walk into Cameroon, to walk into Venezuela, tap, walk into Brazil, tap, to walk into Uruguay, we're ahead of the pace. Why did I use Che before Alliance of Progress? That was a gaffe. It's because I was thinking I couldn't use it to coup, but that's really a kind of pathetic reason. So we may give up a punt VP here if they fill Panama. Oh no! Foolish. So now we've lost access to South America. That'll teach me for being hasty. But we'll press South Africa. Yeah, should have put 3 in Venezuela rather than the 1 in Brazil. That was foolish. Good thing I'm making mistakes where I've already got my ass relegated. Try and save the big mistakes for a game where I've got more of a sniff. So here we go, walk into Colombia. Okay, we can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah. So we can take India and we have 8 to their 7. So that's fine. So now I'm feeling like we want to space or hold ask not. So here comes Colombia. Yeah. So now I know. I think we still... I'm very concerned about us not losing a positive scoring card, basically. So yeah, I think we'll use Camp David to take Iran, and we'll hope that they... man, Camp David just spreads so much influence around. No, we'll space Camp David, which fails. So my thinking is space Camp David. Then if we have to event Sadat, we can at least make it 1-1, and we haven't given access to Jordan as well. And Arab-Israeli war's still alive, and that way we can hold us not. Once they play into Venezuela, Panama Canal returned is safe. We just have to hope they don't specifically hold South America scoring this turn, otherwise that was a huge mistake. If we get away with that this turn, then we at least may have the chance to coup and get in there, or use Allende. But that was very silly. Very, very silly. So, shuttle diplomacy gives us a bit of a headache in Asia. Yasuri less so. Although they're going to be all over Central America. So we're going to slowly overprotect South Korea and North Korea. Let's use kitchen debates first, though, while it's still not active. Brazil might tip it. Okay, Central America drops for huge. Not good. Trying to work out what the 15th removed card is. Oh, Cuban Missile Crisis, of course, in the headline. Doi. There we go. Right, next up. Panama Canal returned into North Korea. Please don't have South America scoring as well. Special relationship. Yeah, okay, well that gives us a potential coup target, so we events it out and we put one back in. Maybe costing us a VP. But certainly not as bad as Camp David Sadat would have been. Do you have a friendly scoring card, please? You do, and it cost a VP. But it's better than it being arse-knotted. And neither side get VPs. Pleased to have Brush and ABM. Not bad. Apparently I just have to ask. If I'd have known all along that was the secret, my goodness. So we want to get away in space and then follow up with one small step. We will bury you for the VP because we've got you an intervention, and then we can ABM. And if we get... The key with we will bury you is if we get bear trapped, it's not the end of the world. Missile envy is not good here. Okay. I like we will bury you because then we can ABM afterwards. Yeah. No bear trap. Grain sales. Ooh. No ABM. Oh! Well, I mean, where they go to some extent indicates what they're likely to hold. Italy if they've got Europe scoring. Or they'll take a 66% on Nigeria. Well, they're missing all the wars, which is good for us. So we'll start by ABMing Brazil. Please be big. 4, 5, 6. 6 is good. 3 VPs for us. We still want to hold our snot for as long as possible in case we squeeze out Europe's scoring. But Asia's going to be fairly kind to us. Ooh, youch. So Iran? Oh no, okay. So I think now we put 2 into Ivory Coast to gain domination in Africa. It's a shame we had to use one small step, but we're tight on ops. What's the alternative? Using the China card and holding a bit longer? Flipping Zaire is not good for us. Yeah, let's give up the China card. We've still got Cultural Revolution to potentially get it back. So puppet governments isn't great because of the Brazil effect. Okay. We'll use one small step again. Sad to be behind in space, but we've got stuff to do anyway. That broadly indicates to me that they're interested in Africa. The next step for them will probably be putting 1 in Botswana, 2 in Botswana to level up country count in that case. The fact they didn't fill South America makes me think Africa's more likely to be in their range of cards in hand. I would have puppet governmented into Iran. Kind of surprised they didn't. So they're jamming. Oh, they are going South America now. And they're setting up the Angry Realign. So what are our options? Coup Cameroon and hope that they don't fully realign us out of Brazil at +1. So we can then realign at +1 on Venezuela ourselves. But that gives them 2 realignment targets. Coup Uruguay. Boy, oh boy. We may want to... Yeah, coup Cameroon with liberation theology, I guess. Yeah. That's sad. And then if they fail, we can UN intervention, ask not to try and set up a realign our own +1 on Venezuela. They go for the coup on Cameroon first instead. Oh, and it fails. That's pretty good for our tempo. So now we will. UN intervention realigned 3 times on Venezuela.
Yeah, so clear that hill. Yeah.
Be good. 3rd time lucky. It's okay. It's a shame we've had to put Arsenal back in the deck, but we want to maintain tempo here. Dropping Asia scoring is good next, even if they refill Venezuela.
Cool.
Yeah, 1 on 1. Yeah. So we drop Asia scoring. And if they don't get the realign off on Brazil, we tap Venezuela with nuclear subs, which kind of makes it its own coup target. Because we'll be 5-4. Yeah, we're okay. OPEC gets away. Oh.
Yeah, no, that's fine by me. I'm going to be wearing
Yep.
a mask anyway.
Okay, OPEC gets away.
Yeah, no problem.
32-20. 34-21. What do I know? South Africa unrest is in the discard pile.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, flower power, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
It's been removed.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, I've had a quick look again on my decks of thing. Yeah, the only thing I think of is that they do my shoulder as well as my hip, because but it's not going to take much longer on top of the hip, is
Is
it?
Cambridge 5 in the deck? I'm not. Sorry, folks. Cambridge 5 is in the discard pile. Alright, we'll tap Venezuela. Let's stop mucking around.
Yes, yeah. Well, I was going to wear tights and just a stretchy skirt and jumper.
Is Arab-Israeli war? Arab-Israeli war is not in the discard pile, so I've got that wrong. Some other card. Muslim Brezhnev, no.
Well,
Arms race, no. Europe, no. Summit, no. Persia, no. Africa, no. Islamic, no.
Yeah.
NORAD's gone, maybe.
Of course.
Kun with Brezhnev, not bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Sensible restoration. Right, I just need to work out which card is discarded that I've missed. And then we'll look.
So, yeah.
5-year plan, Ethiopian Rasi Suri. No, duck and cover? Yeah, duck and cover, there we go. Okay, back up to speed.
Yeah, exactly.
And no, not the worst hand. We've got a coup target and we've got ops to coup with.
Yes.
Right, let's plug their hand in and work out what their likely headline's going to be. Portuguese, Purge, Arms Race,
yes, campaigning for
John Paul,
exposure therapy, but we're not started yet.
Shuttle, Allende,
No.
OAS and Nixon. So OAS is our can't play card. Nixon might be our give up 2 VP card if we want to space John Paul instead. With Poland at 4, I guess that's what we want to do. What's our headline? Allende, I guess?
Exactly. Yeah.
We're +2, so we could always event Summit. Right, what are they likely to play? Bear Trap or Colonial Rearguards or CIA to some extent, but Bear Trap's probably the worst card, which skews us to Summit because we could always drop Defcon. Missile Envy pulls Shuttle Diplomacy. No, pulls Purge. That's a little annoying. So do we purge them in case of Missile Envy? I think Missile Envy is less likely than Bear Trap if they have it. So yeah, CIA, Colonial Red Guards, Bear Trap, Missile Envy are the worst cards. They don't need to worry about Defcon Suicide, which is why Missile Envy might be more attractive to them. So, purge in event of missile envy. If we... The problem is if we get bear trapped, we haven't dropped DEFCON, and then we get missile envied and purged, we're in serious trouble this turn. So I think it's summit or purge. Purge is the card we'd like to coup Venezuela with, of course. And the winner of Summit can drop DEFCON, although that means we can still realign. Man, oh man. Tough decision. If we purge them and then we get bear trapped, at least... I mean, they have to coup. They're not going to coup Brazil strongly. Maybe we purge them rather than event summit. Let's go purge. And we get bear trapped, which made summit the better choice. Okay, come on, out one please, John Paul. Success. Right. So they get a coup, which is sad for us, but Brazil is pretty well fortified. So that's lucky. I guess we're likely to see coup on Nigeria or Zaire here, but we can keep ahead on country count there. A big coup on Brazil, especially under purge, isn't super likely to come off. Let's see. Nigeria? Or Zaire, okay. So... with Africa the way it is for now, I guess we hit the realigns on Venezuela first. Perfect. Everything else is a little bit meh, isn't it? So... even on Panama, let's just cause some havoc there. Well, no havoc at all. Okay, that's a result for us, because we can now take Venezuela and level up. We'll space Nixon. Will we space Nixon? Maybe we'll event Nixon and space shuttle diplomacy. Because we don't really want Asia to level up. So 5-4 in Africa. If they play into Zimbabwe, we can start a coup war. We're definitely looking to stay ahead in Africa. $38.24. Yeah, finally back on top of things. So colonial rear guards is bad for us. And there it comes. Whistling for the devil there. So shuttle diplomacy does not bring us back to parity. So I think we go Nixon. If you've got Africa scoring, well done to you. So with Usuri back in the deck and cultural diplomacy still to be played, there's a good chance we can get the China card back. So I still like spacing diplomacy. But that does mean using Portuguese Empire crumbles. There it is. As expected, that's a shame, but with colonial rear guards, there's not a lot we could do. We'll take Venezuela. If they play into Chile, we can event Allende to keep the pressure on. Things are proceeding acceptably. So containment 4 ops under purge shows what pressure they're under. And they need a 3 op card to retake Chile. So even playing into Peru and then setting up rear lines is going to take them a fair bit of time. So let's keep them under pressure in South America. Means they can't splash around elsewhere. If they don't spend 3 ops getting into Chile, we can just put 1 extra in with Summit and just keep the pressure on. Please. 42.26. Yeah. Okay, so what have we got to look out for? CIA, How I Learned, Salt Missile MV. That's our little lady friend. Come back, Jenny. Oh dear. Okay, so we'll space shuttle diplomacy now so it doesn't get missile embedded. And we get the space point, which is nice. And if they fail on another coup, I suppose we actually do need to bag a mill-op, so we'll coup Cameroon. Southeast Asia scoring. Hello, doggo. Welcome back. Okay, alright, so we'll coup Cameroon for a mill-op. And we get it. Let's see if we can score a domination, Europe or South America. Brilliant. Progress is abounding. Okay. Sympathetic scoring card is South America, and we can quagmire them to be on the safe side. Missile MV pulls Salt. Which doesn't work for them, so that's good. If they do missile MV us. Right, so we unfortunately got CIA. So, they have got NATO, How I Learned, Missile Envy, Muslim Revolution, Culture Revolution, Fidel, and Lone Gunman. And we got D-Style and Indo-Pakistani War back in the reshuffle. So, duck and cover's a risk. Although I can't drop DEFCON further. So they can't missile envy us. I think we want to quagmire them, because then we can get South America scoring off and drop CIA comfortably. If we get missile envied, we can salt, and there's nothing for them to pull. So DEFCON goes up, and then we can both get CIA and Lone Gunman away, okay. So let's start with quagmire. And let's hope they didn't pick up defectors. So let's see, Muslim Revolution isn't the worst for them. Culture Revolution is bad, but they can space it to keep the China card. Oh, bloody VOA. So we can event D-Style to recover our position exactly following VOA. I know we can't, because of course they can do that. this is so dull. Knowing they hold Lone Gunman, I guess, do we event CIA, show our hand? If they drop DEFCON, we can drop South America next turn. I suppose the risk is they hit Nigeria. But Africa scoring has just gone, so it'd have to come straight back in the reshuffle. And we've got time to sort something sassy, I guess. But the greedy coup on South America seems like a bad idea. Oh, this is where a better player knows immediately what to do, right? Because we can event CIA and get it out of our hand, but we run the risk of them flipping Africa doing it. We could coup with D-Style and then salt something so we can get CIA away later, but that also enables them to get Lone Gunman out. I'm going to be exceptionally risk averse in event CIA. So dull. But they're in the quagmire, which gives us a chance to drop South America without harm. If the coup on Nigeria fails, we've got not to play with. If the coup on Nigeria succeeds, we can counter coup in Saharan states to set up a pretty harsh rear line. And it keeps Lone Gunman in their deck, causing trouble. Well, that's about as good as it gets. But we do at least have rear lines set up. Let's hope they don't get out the quagmire as well. That would be nice. But they do. Straight away. So we will use salt so that they don't missile envy us. No way. We use Arab Israeli war to retake North Korea. South America looks okay against scoring cards, and we'll also take Botswana. So we're basically keeping country count up in Africa now. That's fine. So they know our exact hand. And we know 6 of their 7. Muslim Rev, currently not too bad for them. 1 op for 4. Cult Rev, which they don't want to play. How I Learned, they may want to use to get DEFCON up to lose Lone Gunman. NATO is free 4 ops. Missile Envy currently pulls Salt or D-Style. We want to give them D-Style. We don't want to Salt Voice of America. I think next key is South America for sure. Drop that for 0. Pressing into late war here. And what to avoid? We'd like to avoid Central America dropping for presenceless domination. With Lone Gunman in their hand, actually... no, I'm not. I'm spacing a mid. The last thing you want to do is event a mid and be like, okay, no Europe scoring, no Middle East scoring, no Asia scoring. Cripes, Colonial Rearguards. How harsh you are to us. So we use Salt to ensure... that we don't get missile envied too harshly. And we leave South Africa open. That's fine. I expect a coup on Sahara States. I think they know they can't leave the -2 real into Nigeria open indefinitely. But I do still need to get South America scoring out. That was also their last unknown card. Yeah. So they 3 ops for 2. I mean, I've had better missile envies. What are they going to look to do? Coup Colombia to tap Venezuela while I've got missile envy? No, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we coup Zimbabwe. And if we coup Zimbabwe, we also get access to Southeast African states. Oh, that was lousy. I shouldn't have said we definitely get access, because we clearly don't on a roll like that. So we're spacing emit, using Indo-Pakistani war for ops in South America scoring. Going big, because they have the influence. Jamming India. Oh, jamming North Korea. Didn't I overprotect it? I did. So we'll put 2 in North Korea. 9, 10, 11. Oh man, they're going to be able to... They're going to be able to take it with NATO. Or Muslim Rev, right? I can't stop them. But I can force them to use a 4-op card. Which will do for now. Okay, so Supercow is doing absolutely the right thing in this scenario right now, which is breaking dominations around the board. I mean, that's clutch, because that's a, like, several VP swing, which I can do nothing about. But this is kind of the key period for them. So now I am hoping for war games and sympathetic scorers like Europe and Middle East. But we know they're holding none. Yeah, Muslim Rev just clears out Egypt, which is crummy. And now they've given me the China card, they can use Cultural Revolution. Yeah, that's fine. And now we end up in a really crap situation. We know they don't have scoring cards, so we space a bit and try and leave the scoring cards in the deck. Oh, I totally miscounted cards. That's shameful. Oh well, that'll teach me. No war games, which is also bad. So, interesting. I wonder which of... One of... How I learned... It must be How I Learned, right? We didn't see Lone Gunman go. Well, that's a... So, I believe they're holding Cultural Revolution and Lone Gunman, but I've just proved I can't be trusted to say what they're holding. Containment will have to go at the end of the turn. Brush War. Nuclear Test Ban. Iron Lady. Yuri. South African Unrest. South African Unrest doesn't do a lot for us. Yuri is probably the best one because we can keep cooing and counter-cooing in Africa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The upshot of South African Unrest is with an Africa scoring headline, we prevent them dominating. They'll have so many more headlines that are attractive. But we also don't want Brush War to get defected. So let's just do South Africa unrest. Star Wars to pull VOA. Nice. It's all coming unravelled. It's got to be VOA, right? Yeah. So I expect to see influence removed from Asia in advance of threatening Asia scoring. Now, Yasura is still in the deck, but we think we're pretty damn sure they're holding cultural diplomacy. So I think we want to use the China card sooner rather than later. Now we've got CIA out the deck. But man, this has gone lousy. Hopefully there is still time to redress the balance, but it's getting tight. And triple VOA this game has made it even trickier. Yeah, they don't want missile MV, and VOA is better than Colonial Red Guard. So it's definitely VOA. I think 2 out of South Korea. Or maybe 2 out of India, 2 out of Pakistan. I am at least lucky with Cameroon and Brazil the way that I'm not beached in other areas. But I may have to give up the coup. I'll get Milops later, so that's something. And Angola and Brazil are fairly locked tight. Yeah, here it comes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's acceptable. We'll overtake South Africa. And we'll spend... yeah, overtake Venezuela. Give up the coup, but... I want to hold Warsaw Pact against tear down this wall, I guess. Although I won't have long to do that. That's fine. Socialist governments no longer being active is kind of annoying, but I can live with it. Cultural Revolution right now is a bit of a faff. No, of course, duh. So they've got war games. That solves that problem. Camp David. Oh boy, Yasuri. Well, good thing I didn't give up the China card. Okay, so they've got more ops than me, which is not good, but at least there's no scoring this turn. I guess we get a coup off on Nigeria, right? And we're looking for a 5 or a 6. Oh well. Okay, good. So we can flip Nigeria to our favour and overprotect it. So war games, Che they can't really play. That's bad for them. We need to stay ahead of them in mill ops thanks to arms race. Oh boy. Okay, so we now use Warsaw Pact, having not seen and knowing we're not going to get to see tear down this wall, yeah. So we'll coup Saharan states. And it's lucky we used a 3-up card. So with shuttle diplomacy and Yasuri in their hand, I think we have to brush war on Thailand. Shuttle diplomacy being used for ops is good for us. The result is bad. So we now have to use a 2-op card. Please no 1, and ideally not a 2. Perfect, thank you. So arms race is now invalid, but they've got war games, Yasuri, war games and arms at least. So just coup counter coup war. By placing influence, that's fine. We don't want to do it just yet, I guess. Chernobyl or containment? Chernobyl first, I guess, because we're going to be coupping. Although it gives them a chance to tap Italy. Containment first. This is awful. Oh well, that's at least high. But yeah, I think brush war has to be on Thailand. Are we going to see a space of share, or are they just going to keep up the ops war pressure? If they fail a coup, it gives us a chance to brush on Thailand. And that's going to deny them the China card. Okay. So we'll immediately Chernobylize, because we're going to be using brush war for ops anyway. If they say Asia, of course, we brush Thailand, AR7, and hope the 50-50 holds up. So now I think they're holding War Games Che and Camp David. So jam India, jam Italy. Okay, that's fine. So now we brush Italy. And fail. Bleh. I think I played this end game all wrong. So they're holding Che. And we've got bloody Europe scoring. Totally shit the bed there. How I Learned DEFCON 5 coup of Italy coming up. OAS Olympic captured Nazi Arsenal OPEC, which is currently scoring 2. Vision debates Europe scoring Aldrich Ames. And How I Learned. So, barring defectors, How I Learned DEFCON 5 coup Italy. Oh, East European unrest is pretty good at this point. Let's do it. Let's do the thing. Yay! We may see a coup in Pakistan here. Ah, realignment. South Korea. Yeah, nice. I think I was likely to lose Asia anyway, so in a way I'm kind of saddened but accepting of that. The next step will absolutely... Oh, nice. Yeah, okay, so OPEC, reassert Europe. Do you drop Asia scoring? Which is worth a boatload. And we'll space Arsenal, and if we get success, we'll event capture Nazi to try and leapfrog them. If they don't drop Asia scoring right now, they don't have it. So what's bad? Glasnost, Iranian hostage. To some extent we could use Arsenal, because there are so few bad cards in the deck, which is kind of shocking for us. So take South Korea. Okay. So we will drop... Do we Aldrich Ames them now? I think we Aldrich Ames them now. Do we? I mean, I feel like they would have taken... I don't know what we're looking to see here. No, I'm going to be risk averse. If they have Asia scoring, well done for getting the extra VP. Let's drop Europe scoring first. I don't want something to happen in Europe that denies it. Takes the coup, fails, which means we get the last coup. So I will use Arsenal here. We'll go for Zaire. We're looking for a 3 or higher, please. 4, nice. So they'll lose Che, but we'll also see what else they ditch. If they don't immediately flip, Kitchen Debates is live and we can hold Aldrich Ames for turn 10. Che Suez Iran Contra. Bless you. Let's see if they pick up Asia scoring in the reshuffle. If they don't immediately flip Nigeria, I think we need to cover it. But I'd like to call Nicaragua. No, they do pick up Asia scoring. Very nice. So we'll use Kitchen Debates to overprotect Nigeria. Fails, which is nice. So we'll event capture Nazi now to deny a second space. Ow! So now we will put 2 in Iraq for domination there. So it's coming down to turn 10, and I've made so many shanks along the way. I'm probably going to lose this in final. I need to keep hold of Africa, Middle East and Europe. And it's not going to happen when stuff like that happens. ABM treat is handy. The Reformer's handy. Junta's handy. At least I got a decent turn 10 hand. OAS, Aldrich, Reagan, bombs. NORAD Junta, SOCGov, ABM, Evil Empire, Reformer. So, grain sales, Soviet shoot down Cal, duck and cover defectors. Yeah, there's tons of things that can make things go wrong. I guess we go with Reformer first. If that gets defected, we've got outs. And if they put 2 in FD, we can jam it. Reformer. Yeah, Cal. Okay. That allows us to retake Italy. Oh, it does not, of course. Aldrich Ames. Gives them time to repair. We can get a cure for Millops. I think we event Aldrich Ames and put them on the back foot. Oh man. Oh, tear down this wall as well. Jesus. Right, let's see if we can work out exactly what their hand's going to be. Ortega. Rain. which is the one I think we have to pull. Iranian defectors. Tear. Summit. We can't give up another card. Yeah, I mean, that's fine, right? So let's see, we're going to lose Europe anyway. We're ahead on Africa. So, let's think. Get purged. Tear down this wall sorts Europe for them, without a shadow of a doubt. So let's say we've given up. Yeah, let's just hunter into Mexico. Right. Because now we can use ABM to take Cuba. We're basically saying if we give up Europe and Asia, can we hold South America and maintain dominance in Africa and elsewhere? How big does this have to be? It has to be a 5 or a 6. Maintains dominance in Africa. How about ABM coup? Oh no, we don't get control because of Israel. So 2 in Cuba and force them to put 3 in. So they have to use tear down this wall, Iranian hostage crisis, or the China card. Ooh, we also want to try and space, right? If we can snag those 2 VP, they might be the difference. Okay, that's a VP for a domination town. I think I'm going to space a leave an evil empire here. Be good. Yay! Could be big. Could be very big. That's fine. I guess it's got to be Algeria, right? The question is just what do we do first? Not NORAD before ABM. Come on, Algeria. Big money, no Amazon. Stop! Ugh. They've got to play back into Algeria here. Oh no, they're going for it. So they're going for control with a realign on Poland. Fine. So we take Algeria for control. And they're looking to deny us presence in Poland. So AR7 we 2 into Poland. Oh, even if they jam it now, they can't finish taking it with the cards they have. So I'm at 18 versus their 13 or so. They need a 5 VP swing. Jamming Algeria is probably best for them here. That's not bad. So, AR7, they've got the China card. We can't defend Africa. Going to give up another VP here anyway. So they can deny Africa domination. They can't deny Middle East. Yeah, I think it's a lousy coup on Nigeria to try and deny domination. And it fails. So if they use the China card, we get a VP. I think breaking Africa control is the best thing they can do. If they break Africa control and deny Central America presence, that's probably the biggest VP swing. And if that's enough to win, then well done for me not doing the maths. Good game. I think I flubbed mid-war not protecting Venezuela. And then without getting war games, I guess the tide just started to inexorably turn. So they're on 7, 13, 15, 17 there. And then I'll score 7 there. 11, 14, and the China card's 15. Yeah, so it looks like that's superficially break Algeria, break Mexico, win the game, USA. Well played. Oh well, good game. I think I made too many mistakes to merit winning, and they did well resting the tide back. So yeah. Good game, well played. Well done, Supercow. Thanks, Fruit Strike, for running the league, even if I got murdered in it. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock Pacific, which is 4 o'clock UK, 5 o'clock Europe. It's Action Round 0. I'm playing Fjantarik in our first of a best of 3 in the RTSL League. This is RTSL, that's RTSL. So tomorrow, Sunday, 4 o'clock UK, for the first of those games, and then we're probably playing games 2 and 3 on Monday and Wednesday TBC, which will be streamed here, but Action Man 0 will only show game 1. So I should probably have put the op in Mexico instead of cooing Nicaragua. Probably would have been enough to win the game as well if I'd have stopped through the maths, but there we go. Good game, good game. Yeah, so lots of errors there, I think. Didn't deserve to win, but luckily it didn't matter. So there we go. Barely got a rating over 1700. Happy days. Anyway, look, I'll see you tomorrow. That game is huge for me. So let's hope I've made all my mistakes today. And thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.